Today we are glad to have our partner from Rosewood Mayakoba, Julio Heredia, who is the sales manager on property at this beautiful Mexican gem. Julio, thanks for joining us. I'm very excited in the next few minutes to just go do a nice overview of the resort and some of the beautiful things that you offer. So thanks for joining us. To kick it off, why don't we talk a little bit about the welcome experience and why it's unique and so special upon arrival?
Thank you for the opportunity, Juan, to showcase our beautiful resort. We really appreciate all the lead partnership that you provide and all the business that you send our way. Of course, the arrival experience is truly memorable, I have to say. Uh, First, you will get into this private gated community, Mayakoba, an extraordinary enclave situated along the shores of Riviera Maya. I always have believed that Mayakoba is a destination itself. Is encompassing 620 acres of pristine lagoons, jungles, and beach area. And our guests can just go explore up to 20 restaurants within Mayakoba. Actually, cross charge is allowed between resorts. And there is also a Greek Norman golf course. There is a tennis course. They can do kayak. And of course, the iconic El Pueblito, which is like a Mexican square town with shopping and some restaurant as well for them to enjoy.
It's beautiful. And I think one of the things is when you get to you go through the property, it takes about 5 minutes from, just to get to the actual gate of Rosewood Mayakoba. But then you're just met with, smiling faces, cold towel and, and a drink to get the process starting. Tell us about, when you get to the lobby and then what happens next.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they will start to feel very disconnected from the outside and at the same time very grounded with all the nature that they will see around. There is this beautiful staircase at the lobby, which is kind of paying homage to our beautiful cenotes that we have in Riviera Maya. It's quite symbolizing one of the largest underground rivers networks that we have in the Yucatan Peninsula. And as you may know, the cenotes were considered as sacred transition places for the Mayan civilization, and meaning that was like the beginning of a whole new journey. And in this case, like the beginning of a very memorable vacation, I have to say.
Yeah.
On a boat, on a
Yeah.
boat, of course, and we will take you to your suite. There's a private dock. All the suites has this like a private deck, and your butler will be basically waiting for you right there, and that will be just the beginning of your enjoying your home away from home.
Yeah, and I mean, there's throughout their properties. I mean, the Rosewood's about 25 acres, and there's just 120 suites and villas. And we're looking here. If I remember correctly, at a lagoon villa. I've been very lucky to have stayed in one of these, and we love the privacy. Tell us a little bit about the design of the rooms and maybe some of the amenities within that are common throughout the room categories.
Sorry, that is correct. I mean, we offer what we say is a sophisticated living experience. We're speaking of this stunning modern architecture combined with the tropical environment, and I always find these beautiful, open, inspiring spaces all around with natural lighting and organic elements also in every single corner. And this is actually our deluxe over the water lagoon suite, one of my favorites. And well, if we must describe the decoration, I would say it's an authentic journey through Mexico.
Yeah.
You will see like the Mayan heritage in every corner, a display of materials in the furniture as well, all crafted by Mexican artisans. So just imagine this oasis of comfort with a plunge pool, this oversized terrace, the outdoor showers, and this is actually the rooftop, the ocean view rooftop suite.
Right. So I switched over, but I think one of the things that the prior picture was showing was a sense of place that all the Rosewoods have. It's you feel like you're in Mexico, but it's a very contemporary and modern feel. It's a little bit different than some other hotels within within Mexico. And one of the other things too is even the nightly amenities that you bring, they always have this touch of the Mayan culture, which is just wonderful. And I think that we touched upon a little bit of a difference, because you have you have some suites that are lagoon view. They're all very private. Then when you get closer to the beach, you have different villas. Tell us about some of the differences between maybe staying in the lagoon versus maybe the beachfront area.
Yeah, I think we have the best of both worlds. We have 35 suites in total on the beachside area. Could be either a beachfront suite or a ocean view, the rooftop that you will see. I think it's just a perfect spot for enjoying the sunrise or just having a cocktail at the sunset as well, and just appreciating this beautiful Caribbean view.
Yeah,
So
and I think this is one of more the beach fronts where you're just basically steps, literally steps from the sand.
Toast in the Sand studio, beautiful. There's the sofa bed that you can see right there, which is perfect when you have to accommodate 3 people. And there's also this beautiful terrace, this outdoor shower, giving that tropical sense of place. And as you can see, it's a very clean design. Floor to ceiling windows with a lot of natural lighting. Again, that's like a constant in all the suites. And well, this privileged location, as
Yeah.
you can see in the next image. It's like a direct access to the beach, where you find lunchers and live what we call the Mayakoba experience.
And then also, what you may call it, one of the, if I remember correctly, all the rooms have this, amazing soaking tub, an outdoor shower as well.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Most of them, they have the outdoor shower, all of them with plunge pool, and some of them they have like a jacuzzi on the bathroom with like a cenote decoration right above, just beautiful.
Yeah, and then cenotes are beautiful. What you may call it? Cenotes they have a huge underground river system throughout
Yeah.
the peninsula, and that's a wonderful experience to go out and go swimming on these like very cool river waters. And it's basically a watering hole, and then there's underground caves as well. But I think one of the things that people love about Mayakoba is the 4 different pools. And you have 2 that are wonderful, that are beachfront. Tell us a little bit about the differences between the 2 pools and maybe some of the services here in the beachfront between maybe the family section and the adult section.
Totally. I mean, it's the Caribbean, right? You're coming here for the basically for the beach, and if you can also combine with a beautiful channel in the lagoons and the cenotes, it's like a whole beautiful package. So I would say like most of our guests enjoy just going biking from their suite to the beach every day, every morning,
Yeah.
or just calling a golf cart. That's possible. It's really easy to move around and to meet this beautiful white sand beach area and just spend the rest of your day under a cabana or an umbrella, and they can enjoy this gracious service of our beach attendants, and who are always on hand to provide like fresh towels or drinks or amenities or bites. I mean,
And I
it's really
think,
nice.
and you're talking about the beach butlers, and I do have to say, um, you know, the folks who work here at Rosewood Mayakoba, I think it's some of the best service, in the Caribbean by far. Literally, if you're there for a handful of days, if you had a drink at 3 o'clock, that the person who's working with you will come to you at 3 o'clock and say, "Hey, do you want the margarita today?" And literally, when we were there, that was a joke. Let's see if if Jose comes around, and sure enough, but like clockwork, he knows to come by
Yeah.
and ask you for that drink. The service is fantastic. And just recently, over the last few years, you created this adult section, right, next to the family pool, next to the infinity pool that we were looking at.
Yeah, for me, it's like the happiest place on earth. Just like completely intimate and secluded for adults only. And the nicest part is that it's located right next to the family section, but you don't get to feel that. So there's a lot of families that sometimes the kids are just playing on or like watching a movie on the family section and enjoying the rest of the day by the adults. So as you can see, it's located just steps on the sea. it offers like a delicious selections of tacos, beaches, and also refreshing cocktails. And I think it's a very nice place for to swim. As you can see, it's completely swimmable, or just read a book or enjoy with your friends. And we also have like a pop-up experiences during the day. Could be like the champagne o'clock or the coconut o'clock or the pineapple o'clock. So it's basically all of our managers sharing with the guests and making some of fun activities. Yeah.
And then I think that, this is such a different field than a lot of the other a lot of the luxury resorts in Cancun, or in Riviera Maya, sorry. And it's so well received, because if you're there when there's a lot of families, you can come over to this adult section, and really feel it's more of a loungy feel, but it's the best of both worlds. And the other thing is this beach that you guys have in front. It's huge. It's long. You can walk. If I remember correctly, we've done an hour and two walk on the beach from one side to the other. So it's a beautiful, for those people who like to walk in the morning or in the afternoon, it's a wonderful experience just walking along this, this long beach that they have in front of here in Mayakoba. The other thing too, though, if you want to be, there's another pool by the main lobby as well, right? And that's a little bit more quieter. There's not many people there. So if you want to kind of veg out and read a book with great service, you can also go to the third pool. But
Totally.
one thing that Rosewood always does is dining, the culinary, one meal better than the next. La Ceiba Garden is a true experience, one of my favorite experiences in a long time. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the culinary scene here at Rosewood Mayakoba.
I mean, what can I say, Juan? Culinary is just one of the highlights. Totally, something I really love about Rosewood Mayakoba is that all the restaurants are Mexican in a good way, because we believe it's very important to showcase every single region of Mexico, from north to south. So if someone needs like something different, you name it, keto, vegan, kosher, a fresh pasta, we make it possible. But like the first proposal will be always trying the Mexican food. So
Yeah.
in addition to Aquí Me Quedo and Punta Bonita that I mentioned before, we have these 4 restaurants as well. First, on the upper left image, you will see a Casa del Lago restaurant, which is like the one for breakfast. What can you expect? A beautiful tropical breakfast on a
Definitely.
very central Mexico style. I mean, you try
It's,
it already, right?
yeah, it's amazing. Amazing.
And then in the upper right corner, you will see the newest bar, Zapote. It's kind of inspired in a traditional open Mexican house with this beautiful open kitchen. And our guests can enjoy here lunch or also a little bit of a nightlife scene or dinner. Let's say the menu showcases the Lebanese influence in the Yucatan Peninsula, and it was named the best opening in 2022 for the 50 best bars. So it's a great addition. And we have also one of the most popular, which is Agave Azul. This one is showcasing like the Asian influence in northern Baja California with delicious seafood options. And last but not least, La Fondita, which is located at El Pueblito. We handled that one. And it's kind of inspired in a casual restaurant from Mexico City. Believe me, they are like the best tostadas in town and a really good selection of mezcal from Oaxaca. So what can I tell you?
And I tell you, one of the
Mhm.
things, two things that always stand out when I think of my stay and what I learn every time I'm down in Mexico is, that Lebanese infusion into some of the food.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that, like, if I remember correctly, tacos al pastor, that comes from, Lebanese traditions that have been,
Yeah.
you know, brought it, and fused with the best of Mexico, and just amazing. So
Yeah.
that fusion you can really feel. And tell us a little bit about La Ceiba
La,
Garden
La
and that
Ceiba.
experience.
Yeah, I know that's your favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I did La Ceiba yesterday.
Uh,
It's this beautiful open herb garden with this communal table where you get to interact with more guests. Uh, strangers, basically.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy a menu inspired by the ancient Mayan heritage as well, with
Yeah.
these open flame cooking techniques. I think during the experience, you will get to interact with more guests, and you will be seated on under la ceiba tree, which is considered as sacred for the Mayans, and will be accompanied by live music trio, craft cocktails, and Mexican wines. And I think one of the nicest things of la ceiba, I have to mention, Juan, is that some of the Rosewood managers are hosting la
Yeah.
ceiba. We're hosting. I was there last night, so we get to connect with guests in a very nice way. And there is a point of the dinner that I believe all the cell phones are completely apart. It's not easy to get that nowadays.
Yeah.
And you're basically sharing with people like common interests and dreams and goals and memories. And I think that's the real value of La Ceiba, like the human connection.
And I tell you, it's like you don't want to leave. It's like almost they're you're there until they they're gonna wait for you, but like you never want to leave, and all of a sudden it's like, holy cow, it's late. I should go.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful, the food, the whole package is just so unique, and again, like you can see, I really enjoy my time when at La Ceiba Garden. But to work off all the food that you're eating here, you guys have a wonderful spa with a great gym. Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the services and amenities at the spa, and maybe are there any most popular services, whether it's a massage or a facial, that you guys offer?
Absolutely. Actually, our spa has the 5-star recognition by Forbes, which it's like a big deal, and it's a completely peaceful sanctuary in Riviera Maya. There's a lot of people coming just for the spa. You
Yeah.
can treat yourself to a well-deserved massage, or just disconnect from everything with a meditation class at our cenote that we have, that you can see in the image. And all the treatment rooms, let's say they are in the middle of the jungle, so you can imagine the serene atmosphere that you can breathe. And actually, my favorite is the apothecary sensorial apothecary experience. That's the name. It's 90 minutes of restorative relaxation. You can see in this image actually the place, the apothecary, which is beautiful. Let's say we believe in this kind of symbiotic connection between humans and plants, and basically here you're kind of connecting either with a plant or a herb or a flower, and we can prepare the oil based on that, and that will be a very personalized experience. And even just for meditation, the place is very special, like I consider it as a healer space. And you can just say goodbye to stress and anxiety and all the problems.
Yeah, and I think one of the things, the spa also, amazing, facilities just to go after a workout or after a massage, whether it's like a steam or a cold plunge. So it's really everything that you really need in a spa is there, plus more, all very, very customized to you and also to the location, right? It's you guys are bringing a lot of what's local into a lot of these experiences, which makes it unique, and one reason why people should try it. So anyway, but thanks so much, Julio, for your time. Rosewood Mayakoba really it is a special place. And we send a lot of couples, we send families, all throughout the year, and people just come back raving and wanting to go back over and over again. So we really appreciate everything you guys do for us and our clients. One thing to mention, obviously, we're Rosewood Elite, and that's a special partnership that we have with Rosewood, where we receive amazing amenities and the privilege to be able to spend time with people like Julio and the general managers and sales managers throughout all the Rosewood properties. So, Julio, thanks again for all your time and taking the time to kind of present the very unique Rosewood Mayakoba. And I know I'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you for the space and your time, Juan, and all the support. and you have a friend here in Mayakoba and based on property, and we'll be happy to help all the time.
Thanks so much, Julio. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.